What's going on, good folks? Now I'm tuning into I'm gonna name this How to Defeat Drake. Drake right now is coming off an interview that he did and gave up a lot of information about how he feel with the Meek situation and everything like this. The reason why I'm doing this video is just because, because I felt like it, I guess, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I hear a lot of people say, like, Drake can't be defeated and this and that and so forth. I think he definitely can be defeated. I think the reason why people pretty much are scared is because I guess the first thing that you hear is because he has Apple backing him and this and that, and it's all good, you know what I mean? It is what it is, but every great empire have failed, if you just follow with the test and the time. If you see me right now, I'm fucking with this bottle. I'm trying to open this shit and talk to y'all at the same time, but it's all good. I like to drink. You know what I mean? I go by Steve Flossin, go by Chi, Chi 63, whatever, you know what I mean? But it ain't about me right now. I'm just a person, a student of the game, filling y'all in on some flash shit that I feel. So we just gonna jump right into it. I think I listened to a Drake interview. I listened to the things that he was saying, and I'm gonna try to keep this to a minimum. This is like around 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's there's 3 parts to what I actually want to do, and this is not really like a Drake diss or anything, Meek diss or nothing. It's just pretty much my informative way of me studying people and just giving my opinion on maybe, let's just say, what Meek could have did instead of what he did do. First we're going to start off with planning and timing. I got my little notes and shit right here. So, planning and timing. For whatever reason, Drake pretty much said that he looked out for Meek, came with the amen, gave him the verse for us, came to Philly, did the video and everything. Pretty much said Meek just flipped on him after that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? To sidestep away, I want to give you where I think Meek was at in his head. So at that point, Drake is pretty much the man. At that point of time, Drake had dropped a couple albums. Drake had all of his albums did good. Dropped a couple multi-platinum albums and everything. Meek was on his second album, I believe. Was it his second album? First album? I don't know. I think whatever the hell it was. Whatever album Meek was on, the one that came out this September 10th, it didn't do very well. And supposedly it still did pretty good despite the, I said September 10th, September 11th. Despite the tragedies, everything that went on in New York, it still had a decent rollout. And I guess that was that was their response for saying that why the album flopped, really, because we expected Meek to do better than what he did. So we give him a pass because they say the album flopped because of the September 11th tragedy, which is a pretty shit. It's a pretty good excuse, if you will. You can't say that that's not a good excuse. So I want to put you in the mind to where I think Meek Mill was at that point in time. I think Meek saw the success that Drake was having, and he wanted that success. And he started questioning himself, like, damn, you know what? I can rap. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. We got a good camp. We getting money. Why the fuck am I not getting this same attention that Drake is getting? Why is Drake getting this attention? Is it because I'm more of a hardcore rapper? You know, whatever. I think that's just how Meek was feeling. Meek started to pretty much just go on his head and say, you know, it's my time. The fuck. Somewhere along the line, I also believe that somebody may have gassed Meek up a little bit, and told him, man, you know, man, in order for you to be the man that you want to be, I think you're going to have to take out Drake, because Drake was in that spot. Drake was in that light. Was nothing that you could really do to outshine Drake. He's selling more albums than you. He's with the Hatter label, you know. All of his label mates, not all of them, but fuck, standing beside Nicki Minaj and standing beside Lil Wayne is just bigger than standing beside Rick Ross and Wale. I mean, it just is what it is. So I think Meek wanted that top spot. I think someone told Meek that, you know, in order to get this top spot, you're going to have to take out fucking Drake. Now, this all goes back to planning and timing. This is where I think Meek fucked up at. I think we need to give Meek credit for his choice of the way he went. I want to give Meek credit for his attack. Let's put it like this. I don't want to give him credit for the way he planned the attack, the way he executed the attack, but the attack itself. Now, we're going to get into this because Meek chose the best way to take down Drake. I don't know who gave him this idea, but he chose the ghostwriting platform. He could have went and was like, Drake soft, man, I'll come and smack Drake, smack the shit out the nigga, blah, 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 blah. Y'all need to be paying attention to me. I'm that new nigga, whatever, whatever. But Meek didn't go there. Meek pretty much was like, you know what I'm saying, Drake ain't better than me because that nigga don't write his own raps. I write all of my shit, and I'm still that nigga. I'm still that nigga on the come up. So while y'all giving this motherfucker all this attention, besides he ain't post my album, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? Y'all giving this nigga that attention, y'all need to be paying attention to me. Now let's pause on that for a second and let's actually think about it. What that was the best motherfucking attack anybody ever had on Drake. Anybody. That was the best thing that you can come with. Now, fast forward, sidestep from that and fast forward to Drake's interview that he just did with the guy Semtech or whatever. Drake just sounded a little defensive when started bringing up that whole Meek conversation about the ghostwriter or who is Quentin Miller. Drake said that it was pretty much a collab with Quentin Miller. I think he used collab very loosely in that interview. He used collab more as like, yeah, he said that Quentin Miller was giving them ideas and shit like that. Yeah, but giving you ideas and also giving you motherfucking verses. I mean, let's just keep it 100. Giving a nigga verses. Whether you taking a nigga part of a verse, a nigga whole verse, a line here and there, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And Drake sounded slightly defensive about it. Drake also stated that when he heard it, he didn't know what to do. He said that he was just like, what the fuck? It took him by, he was in shock, like, damn. So he was thinking that Meek had planned this shit months ago. And now Meek coming with the attack. So he was like, when Meek didn't drop anything, it kind of threw him off. Like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, damn, I was expecting to hear the diss song right after that. What happens? We don't get a diss song. So Drake says that he threw the charged up out there just to see, like, I'm gonna test this out there. This is a little bait for him and shit. And if I'm gonna see what he gonna come back with. I'm pretty much making them motherfucking jump out there with something so I can gauge to see where he is, and then I'm gonna drop the bomb on him. So he does it. Meek never pretty much responds. We never got that response from Meek. So now we're going to reverse back and go back. Planning and timing. Meek's plan was pretty good as far as what he chose to attack Drake with. The timing was perfect too, because it was like Pearl Harbor. Drake was never expecting it. That's when you got a hit. When a nigga, when a motherfucker least expect to get hit, that's when you got to hit him. Bam. So his planning and timing was good. He had bad execution because, I guess maybe because he's just an emotional guy. I'm an emotional guy too, you know what I mean? Shit it is what it is, you know what I mean? I'm a Cancer. We are emotional motherfuckers, you know. We liable to say some emotional shit when we just get mad, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. I understand that. But right now we talking about how to take down Drake. So planning and timing was good. He came with the plan. The plan was to tell the world Drake don't write his raps. Like, that's some defensive shit. Any person who write music will know, like, what the fuck? Like, damn, that's almost like questioning your sexuality. You know, it's like that's some embarrassing shit. So Meek came with the good. He had a good tactic. He just had poor execution. When he didn't come with the verse, I mean, I feel like Meek pulled out his gun and was flashing the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He had a chance to pop Drake, and I think that would have catapulted him. I don't know how far, but I think he would have came up some. You know, but whatever. He pretty much dropped the ball. He had the ball in his court. So planning and timing, that's one of the most important things that you have to do. That's your first thing to do if you're going to take down the empire that Drake is. At the end of the day, you have to have perfect planning. You got to catch him when he's vulnerable. Meek did that. Meek just he didn't execute at all. Pretty much at all. Meek had a strategy. I think that's the perfect thing. If anybody's going to take down Drake, the first thing you're going to have to do is catch him about something that he's vulnerable about. You know Drake is a singer. We all know Drake's a singer. So I think that was another tactic that Meek didn't do, and try to use Drake's singing against him, because we pretty much all expected that. Even Drake tried to pull the Eminem shit, like the 8 Mile shit. I'ma pretty much diss myself before you even get to diss me using this shit. You getting bodied by a singing nigga. It's another vulnerable point. So you gotta pay attention. You have to really, really pay attention and focus. If you listen to these songs, his songs, and break his songs down, he'll tell you what he's vulnerable about. I think he spilled a lot of vulnerable information, which which is little small chinks in his armor. So since we're talking about taking him down, then that's pretty much what we're talking about, chinking that armor. First chink was you don't write your own raps. The second chink was you were singing, nigga. Drake real vulnerable about people calling him soft. Like, he don't want to be called soft. You know, it is what it is. Drake never claimed to be a tough guy. So if you ain't tough, then you're more softer than tough. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. So we got the Drake being soft. We got the he not writing all of his own raps. I think you have some of the he's not from here type of thing. I heard him say in this interview. He caught a lot of flack from being from Toronto, being from Canada. I mean, you're not a American. You fucking you are. You're a Canadian. You're a Jewish Canadian, half black, half Jew. So I think Drake feels a type of way about that as well. Now you got three chinks. And this is what you do. You build on that. You build on that. You build on those things and you attack. You attack and you attack. Another thing that I wanted to get on was the whole inside information. Meek had inside information about Drake not writing his own raps. Supposedly DJ Drama had gave up that shit. He was managing Quentin Miller or whatever at the time, and DJ Drama got a call or whatever and ended up giving up the motherfucking tapes to Meek and them or whatever, to whoever, and got exposed. Other inside information was supposedly the whole thing that Drake supposedly got pissed on, I don't know, whatever, that shit that Meek said in his rap. Now, that's another strike for Meek. Inside information, good attack, but bad execution. You talked about it. You didn't rap it. You had some inside information on him, but you didn't put it in a rap to make it witty. You didn't put it in a rap. If you would have made that a bar about him getting pissed on, made it and used your bars to make people laugh or make people say, damn, oh for real, we would have really took that information in, and it would have been so much more powerful from you putting it in a bar versus you just talking the shit at the end of your song. Like that shit just flew by. It flew by. It was one in one ear, went out the other ear, because you just talked the shit. You just said it. Like nobody really cared. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But if you would have put it in a bar and made it funny, made it laughable, or whatever the case may be, that shit would have hurt it a lot more. Could have used it against him. Everybody would have wanted to know. Everybody would have been talking about that shit. So that's planning and timing. We got, so far we're starting having a good plan. We're coming in with the timing of executing your plan and the way you're going to go about it. First thing we said is we're going to attack him with the things that he's uncomfortable with, which may be inside information about him. We don't shit like the little T.I. pissing fiasco, T.I. man, whatever the fuck. That the whole him not writing his verses, and also him not being from here, not being an American, and and pretty much him being a singer and being soft. So we take all of those things and we pretty much try to crumble them up in one song. You know what I mean? We're gonna take all of those things, pretty much try to crumble them up in one song. Make sure the beat is tight. Make sure people feeling the shit. One thing that I did like is Drake said that when he did the back to back, he had to make sure that Meek felt it. Like he wanted to pretty much make Meek feel miserable, make him feel miserable when he hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? And you have to hear it because I'm gonna make a club song, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play this shit in the club everywhere you go. You gonna have to make the DJ to say, you can't play no Drake shit tonight while I'm hosting this motherfucking party. And then the DJ gonna try to take a hit like, damn, you know, I know these motherfuckers really want to hit back to back, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. That was a good war strategy from Drake, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You don't really get a lot of diss songs that get awards. You don't get a lot of diss songs that's really gonna stand the test of time in a club because people are so keen on being saying or just making some of the most ruthless shit that you could say about a motherfucker. You ain't thinking like that. You thinking about just exposing a motherfucker, putting that shit on wax and getting it out to the people. You ain't thinking about being calculated. See, that's another thing, man. You have to know your opponent. Your opponent that you're dealing with is a very calculated person. You know, so you have to calculate your steps on him just as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do one more part to this. This is planning and timing. The next part is going to be I'm gonna talk about consistency and imagery. It may change up. I don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, I don't want this to run too much long. I just want to sit and, you know, put the shit out, get the people, man, like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying, leave a comment, most definitely good and bad, you know what I'm saying, everything, you know, balance, man, it's about balance. You gotta say good and bad. You might not like the motherfucking, the champagne I'm drinking. You might not like my hat, man, I don't give a fuck, man. Subscribe, you know what I mean, subscribe and comment, you know what I'm talking about. So I ain't gonna let this run too long, but once again, this is pretty much Cheat 63 Steve Flossin, man, Cheat, man. I'm here, I'm doing this motherfucking blog shit just to talk to the people, just to hear what y'all got to say. And we're gonna name this How to Take Down Drake, How to Fucking Crumble an Empire, whatever. But man, it was nice talking with y'all, man. I got another part, like I said, coming. I'm gonna do the next one, and we're gonna put this out here and see what the people think. You know what I mean? So man, hit me up, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, man. And we out, man. Come back. I just want to know what y'all think about this first part. Take it easy, man. Cheat 63, flossing on you. I'm out of here.